Good morning and happy Monday. I just wanted to go through our Monday folder for today. So once you log in, you'll see only the Monday folder and you'll get your A or B folders as of tomorrow. Today, you are going to complete a geography challenge, our first one of quarter two, and watch a CNN and complete the response form. If you notice inside of the geography challenge, you'll find that it's week 10, which sounds weird because it's quarter one, week one. So as a school, we're kind of staying on the same week system, week 1 through 9 for each quarter. But the geography challenges do not restart. So we are on week 10. I have some notice and information here. You'll also see when you get in here, there are a couple videos. There's some information from me for you to read about our topic, which is relative location this week. When you complete this geography challenge, it is out of 19 points. 6 of the points that are ones that actually I need to grade manually. So if you get a 13 out of 19, just know out of those 6 points, hopefully you'll get them all. You'll end up with a 19 out of 19. If you miss more, maybe you got 10 out of 19. It might mean that maybe you get all the 6 points and so you end up with 16 out of 19. Just know that the final grade this week is not your final grade till I manually grade that 6-point question where you tell me where the oceans are in relation to North America. Then back in the Monday folder underneath the geography challenges, you'll find today's broadcast, which I thought was really cool, the music on the mind, which is fun, your response form that you need to fill out. Then there's also an example down here. I took some examples from students and kind of put them together just to give you a good feeling about the content and what I'm looking for, the depth of understanding. We've talked about this a lot in class. I know that you've worked on claim, evidence, and reasoning in language arts, as well as in science. So I'm really looking for a depth of understanding here. As a reminder on this part 2, you do need to identify a right that's truly connected. There were some times in the past that I've seen students, they just randomly put one and it was not directly connected to the story. Make sure that you pick a Universal Declaration of Rights, one of those UDHR rights that actually matches the story that you're choosing to talk about. The evidence is not anything about the right, just in a quick synopsis of what happened in the story. Your reasoning is where you really talk about how that UDHR is being supported or being violated, which you need to type right in here. And then you need to give that reasoning. How is this story supporting that right? Or how is this story violating that right? On this part 1, there's just examples of different ways that you can write those complete sentences. This week's story is just a title, y'all. You do not have to write a summary at all. All I'm looking, it can be a 1 or 2 word title, something silly. It can be something shocking. It can be something sad, whatever. This is pretty straightforward. 2 things that you learned. On here, it could be from one story or multiple stories, one question or one wondering you have, like an I wonder statement that maybe you don't have a question, but you're just like, I wonder if, or I wonder how, or I wonder when. Then down here, remember you choose one, a connection or a prediction or a problem solution or a cause and effect. You don't do them all. But I did give 2 different examples, an example of prediction and an example of a cause and effect. So this is available for you to just kind of go over and see, remind you of what we've talked about in class, remind you of what we've done in the past, and just to give you some heads up examples. Obviously, none of these will work for this week because this week has new topics that you find right in here. Remember to reach out to me if you need anything, either on Remind or via the Outlook app.